Hello, this is my final video assignment for English 2 for Alex Giardino. My name is Julian Rodriguez, and I am a sophomore at Dianza. Okay. So my first revised response, I did the alternate assignment instead of the essay number 2. My first response was for forum number 1. The 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Burt Lair, and Jack Haley, follows Dorothy Gale, Judy Garland, from rural Kansas. After a tornado strikes her home, she is transported to the mythical realm of Oz. Dorothy, determined to return home, discovers that the Wizard of Oz, Frank Morgan, can help her, but she must first travel to the Emerald City. The wizard, also from Kansas, offers to assist Dorothy return on his hot air balloon, but an accident leaves her behind. Eventually, she discovers that her ruby slippers can transport her home. She wakes up in bed by tapping her heels together 3 times and repeating, "There's no place like home." Reinforcing her desire to return home, the film, based on L. Frank Baum's 1900 novel, is acclaimed for its bright technicolor and orchestral score, and is regarded as one of the best films of all time. My second response that I'd like to share is from forum number 2. This is the revised version. A friend is someone with whom I have a deep understanding, both as a person and as a unique individual. This relationship, which is defined by shared interests and values, fosters a deeper connection and mutual understanding. Friendships are extremely important in my life, as they support me during difficult times. In times of need, whether dealing with academic challenges or navigating personal dilemmas, I find solace in the company of my friends. They help me on my journey of self-discovery by illuminating my identity and the contributions I make to the lives of others. Those in my circle, like Dorothy's companions, provide insights that I might otherwise overlook, offering new perspectives on my experiences and imparting invaluable lessons for the future. At the end of Dorothy's journey, each friend sought to realize qualities that they already possessed. Similarly, the support and camaraderie I receive help reveal and amplify my own strength. This phenomenon is not only consistent with my own experiences, but with many others as well. My third forum response that I'd like to read is from forum number 3. So this is my revised response. A home can reflect a wide range of meanings, but at its foundation, it represents a profound sense of belonging, a concept that resonates strongly. Salman Rushdie's opinion that home is more than just a physical space, but something we create for ourselves through experiences and connections, is especially insightful. Consider Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. As she travels down the yellow brick road, it becomes evident that she finds a sense of belonging long before she reaches her objective. Dorothy, together with her companions the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and the Scarecrow, experience joy, comfort, and unity. Their shared adventures, filled with hurdles and mutual support, build a strong sense of belonging that goes beyond any typical definition of home. I'd like to share my revised response from forum number 4. The Wizard of Oz has numerous underlying themes, and the seemingly simple journey home can be interpreted as a political allegory for both history and present society. One prominent interpretation links the story of the populist movement with historian Quentin Taylor, highlighting deeper analogies throughout the narrative. A widely held belief is that the Scarecrow represents the American farmer and the agricultural sector, particularly in the Midwest and South. In the novel, the Scarecrow continuously claims to lack a brain, mirroring how farmers were frequently characterized as uneducated or incapable of understanding economic and political matters. According to Taylor, populist leaders such as William Peffer and sockless Jerry Simpson were often portrayed as deluded simpletons who failed to grasp the true causes of their economic plight. However, this notion is incorrect. Throughout the story, the Scarecrow exhibits intellectual ingenuity and practical problem solving, displaying the common farmer's forgotten knowledge. His poor, tattered attire represents the financial troubles of farmers who are in debt and at the mercy of railroad monopolies and banks, emphasizing agriculture's vulnerability in the face of expanding industrial power. The next revised response is from forum number 5. One thing I noticed about my AI-generated essay was the ambiguous and repeated diction used throughout the text. The language used seemed extremely basic, lacking the depth that typically brings writing to life. In places where personal accounts or a deeper connection to the subject were required, the essay came across as inhuman and artificial. Although the main themes were addressed, the lack of emotional engagement made the content feel flat and distant. The essay had a clear structure and efficiently addressed the issue, but depth and analysis were noticeably lacking, especially when examining specific sequences from the film to support claims. Instead of delving into important scenes, the generator provided just surface-level comments, squandering opportunities to investigate characters' motivations and the film's fundamental ideas. For example, a more in-depth examination of a critical moment could have looked into the emotional impact on characters and how it links to the film's broader message. Overall, while this piece answered the prompt, the general quality remained low. The text seemed robotic and lacked a natural flow, resembling a rushed draft. To improve the essay, an emphasis on deeper analysis, rich personal insights, and a more fluid narrative could have elevated from a simple response to a compelling investigation of the film, delivering a much more fulfilling experience for both writer and reader. This is from forum number 6. My De Anza tutor was extremely helpful, and attending a tutoring session helped me realize that I needed to improve my writing in order to succeed in college. My tutor made some insightful suggestions, such as focusing on the clarity of my writing and correcting any fragments. The tutor also recommended that I avoid tense switching and stay in the present tense. Another suggestion was to improve my word choice, as I repeated words throughout my writing, thereby increasing flow and engagement. The final note was to improve my response to the prompt by analyzing rather than summarizing the movie. Furthermore, I needed to make sure that my final paragraph ties the entire piece together and reflects further. This is from forum number 7. A summary of Wicked. Wicked is a 2024 American musical fantasy film starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. The film, loosely based on the critically acclaimed stage musical and Gregory Maguire's 1995 novel, reimagines The Wizard of Oz, delving into the origins of the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda the Good Witch. Set before the events of The Wizard of Oz, the story follows Elphaba Throp, a determined young woman who is accompanying her disabled sister to the prestigious University of Shiz. Elphaba has a rare talent for sorcery, which attracts the attention of the university's dean and sparks a rivalry with Glinda, a fellow student aspiring to be a good witch. Despite their initial rivalry, Elphaba and Glinda develop mutual respect, transforming their conflict into a deep and meaningful friendship. The dean invites Elphaba to meet the Wizard of Oz, who claims he can help her hone her powers. However, the encounter reveals a sinister agenda. The wizard and dean want someone to decipher a powerful magic book. When Elphaba refuses to comply, they accuse her of theft, tarnishing her reputation and turning public opinion against her. Elphaba, betrayed and misunderstood, is forced into hiding, eventually becoming the infamous Wicked Witch of the West. So those were all my top 7 alternative assignment forum choices. And I'd like to say that what really stood out to me as my strengths and challenges was I was able to grasp whatever the prompt was trying to have me write about. And some things I could improve on were definitely vocabulary and wordiness. I also think that transitions could be a little smoother, and my overall ability to have the flow of my writing be coherent and something worth listening to. I believe I earned an A- grade just because I feel like I could have done better. Obviously, I always feel like that. And yeah, I would say it's high because it's definitely something that I've readdressed throughout the quarter, and I definitely feel like a stronger writer because of it. So this class was actually very meaningful to me. It was, although only used to satisfy an agreement, I still really much liked it. I liked the way the course was set up. It was particularly around the theme of The Wizard of Oz, something that I never really considered to be too thoroughly, something to think about thoroughly. And I developed as a student this quarter through challenges I've overcome by having these forum discussions every week, having me think about things that I normally wouldn't and think outside the box, while also being able to see other students' responses to those same prompts. It really helped guide me in writing my future prompts and exactly finding my own writing voice. Thank you.